Hey, I'm trying this new way of I'm trying this new way of doing live streams. So you guys will have to let me know if this has better or worse quality. But anyways, I thought, I train my dogs every day, so I thought I might as well be live streaming that for everyone to see. It'll also help me. I thought, I train my dogs every day, so I thought I might as well be. It'll help me stay accountable. Sorry, I accidentally left the speaker on my computer on. So I'm going to be live streaming my daily training, and hopefully that happens every day, at least every day that I'm home. And one of my students sent me an email asking a training question, and rather than typing out a kind of strange response, I decided maybe it would be better if I just showed her how I deal with it with my own dog. Her question was, and if you attend my classes, you know that we're always doing different stuff. We're always doing new stuff. So we've been working on article discrimination recently, which is teaching a dog to find which of the articles in front of you, which in this case are PVC pipes, which of those has your scent on it, or at least more of your scent on it, and retrieves it. So she's asking, he's able to distinguish them amongst 5 other blank tubes. We worked up to 5 gradually, but I tried it with no treat in the target tube, and he started looking around the room, giving no clear indication on the tube. He was looking for the missing treat. How long should I keep practicing with a treat in the target tube before going to the next level? So I'm going to describe what I think is the error that everybody makes. But just quickly, for those who haven't ever trained this before, the way I teach it is I use these PVC pipes, and inside is some filter paper with my scent on it. That's not really important, but it does help keep the treat inside the tube if and when I decide to put a treat inside the tube here. So there's a treat inside this tube. If I put it on the ground, go get it. Lumi will show interest in it. She'll pick it up. She'll bring it to me, and I can give her the treat out of it. I like to do this after I have a retrieve because it's just, I don't know, it's more fun that way for me to see the dog retrieve. So now, once you can do that, I start adding blank tubes. So I'll put, for example, I'll bring the treats down here. I'll put a treat in here. This is the good one. And I'm using a paper towel to pick up one that doesn't have my scent on it. And what I'll do is I'll take a couple treats and throw them away so she leaves. So now the one with my scent is this one on the left. And when she comes, she's going to show interest in them both, but she'll pick up the one that has the treat in it. Good girl. Good girl. And she didn't pick it up because she accidentally knocked the treat out. Now, when she leaves, I throw a bunch of treats away again. Now I can swap them out. So now the one that with my scent is on the right. It's just the basic kind of the way I do this. Good girl. Yes. Good girl. That's just the basic way. Every couple times I'll rescent this one by rubbing it in my hands. So now what I'm going to do is to show you, I didn't put a treat in it this time. It's just the tube by itself. Obviously it still has my scent on it. Good girl. Yes, good girl. The only thing I don't like about these PVC tubes is that they do roll around a bit. So now here it is again. It's the one on the right. Yes. And again, there's no treat in it. She's just made the decision based on which one she thinks is most likely to retrieve. Does she ever get it wrong? Oh yeah, sure. She gets it wrong plenty. But you could see out of 2, she was doing a pretty good job. Now I'll move up to more, but what I want to, before I just start training her, because I'm kind of talking a lot right now, is go to your bed. Yeah. Come on, go on. Good. Lie down. Is I think people make the mistake of trying to test the dog rather than train the dog. So they do like 20 repetitions in a row where this one has the treat and they think I'm training. And then they don't have the treat and they put it down and they test the dog. They see, oh, what has my dog learned? No, that's a mistake. The treat and the not a treat is all training, and you shouldn't wait to see what the dog does. You should. I regularly intersperse, like even in the first few times that I did this, I would have the PVC pipe not have a treat in it every third try, every fourth try, every fifth try, something like that. So it's randomly interspersed in there, and the dog, without thinking, just gravitates towards the one that has my scent because my scent is very strong on it. So my dog thinks, oh, I should go and grab it. And if they didn't, then I would, just keep working with them. They make mistakes, and I would just ignore it and keep going. The other thing is, I don't wait for her to pick it up and hold it every time. She might show a little bit of interest in this. I might just throw a handful of treats on the ground. Good girl, that was it. Well done. So now I will get back to training, and hopefully you'll see. Sometimes I'm going to put the treat in, sometimes I'm not. I'm going to quickly increase the difficulty so that my dog's using more of her nose. So now we have 4 blank tubes. I'm going to put a treat in. So treat in the correct one. Throw these treats out. Sent this one pretty good. So now it's the one back here. It's this one here. So let's see what she does. Yes, good girl. Very nice. So she guessed it right. Wonderful. There was a treat in it. Was it a fluke? Well, let's find out. So I'll throw some treats. Now, I'm not too careful about touching these ones, really. I have the paper towel here, but I don't use it half the time. But I just make sure that one smells more like me than the other. So now it doesn't have a treat in it. It's the back one on the right. Now she made an error. Good, yes, good girl. She made an error. She picked up the wrong one the first time. All I did was I waited for her to show interest in the right one and then paid it. If she'd never picked up the right one, then I would have done something different. So let's do that again. I'm going to throw a few more treats. Resent this one. No treat in this one. Now it's the closest one to her. You can see she's trying to decide. She's not sure which one to pick up. Now just ignore all the wrong ones. If she doesn't get it, fine. You just reset. There it is. Yes, good girl. That's it. She finally got it. Okay, now back to ones with treats in it. Okay. Okay, it's that one there. Yes, good girl. That's it. And I just randomly, sometimes I put a treat in, sometimes I don't. Treat in it again. So it's that one there. Yay, what a good girl. That's it. Okay, now no treat. And on top of no treat, I'm going to bury it. So it's right in the center of all these. This one right here. Is having a difficult time deciding? Yes, good girl. Very nice. You do have to be really good at keeping track of which one's correct and which one isn't. The easy way to tell is this is the one with the paper in. So that's how I'm keeping track. Now we'll do a different arrangement. Okay, it's the second closest to me. If you notice, I'm tending to put them more close to me. That's just because then she has to check a bunch of blank ones before she gets to the correct one. I need to not do that all the time. It's really easy to get caught in the same habits. Yes, good girl. Very nice. What a good dog. Now back to having food in it. Now it's the closest one to her. It's all the way at the end, away from me. Which is great that it has food in it because it makes her pay a little bit more attention. Yay, good girl. Good girl. Good girl. She got the food out on her own and then brought it to me. Food in it again. It's the middle one. I like to arrange them in a bunch of different ways. Now, if I weren't talking to the camera, yay, good girl, nicely done. I'd probably be done feeding her already. That's about how long it takes me to feed her her daily meal. Okay, I'm gonna go back to 3. It's the one in the middle. Yes, good girl. Let's go to the one on the left. I think it's actually harder when there are fewer objects because the dog wants to just guess. And the more objects you have, the more wrong choices there are, so the dog pays a little more attention. I have no idea if that's true or not. It's just my feeling. It's so easy to feed your dog's entire food in training. This isn't even going to take me 20 minutes. And I usually end up wanting to do more training. But this actually holds me back because I actually think that you get more out of your dog if you do shorter training sessions. So, you know, I could be giving her 1 piece of kibble for each repetition, but then I wouldn't get as enthusiastic work. So I'd rather do fewer repetitions that are better than a whole bunch of mediocre repetitions. Yes, good girl. Very nice. And you can see she shows interest in all of them and thinks about picking all of them up. And I think that's mostly because she's a very opportunistic dog. She's going to try to get away with the wrong answer if she thinks it might pay. But you can tell she's really checking. So now it's the furthest one on the right. Yes, good girl. Very nice. You don't need a retrieve to do this training, but a retrieve certainly helps. I like having a retrieve. Top of the triangle. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. And to the person who asked their question, the question that I'm answering here, let me know if I answered it or if you still have more questions. Yay, good girl. This one had a treat in it. She didn't even realize it. Another thing that might be helping me is that I'm using 1 piece of kibble per repetition. So there's not a whole lot of food sent on this. If I use like a hot dog or several pieces of kibble, that would make it very difficult for her once I took the food out. Good girl, yay. Once again, she picked it up. She didn't even realize there was food in it. And why would she care if there's food in it? She gets paid better for retrieving it than for trying to get the food out on her own. So in her mind, it pays better to just retrieve it rather than to look for food. And that's, to me, when you can stop using food in the tubes, is when they stop noticing that there's food in the tubes. Yay, good girl. Very nice. Let's get this one out. Oh, you already done that. Good girl. Put them different arrangement. They're super far away. I'll pull this one back so it's in the camera. That's the correct one. I never knew how fun this was before I did it. Yay, good girl. Nicely done. Good girl. Now I could add a command to this as well. So I could do something like put her in a down here. No. Down. Now I'm going to obscure her vision. It's the middle one. I'm going to tell her, now she already has a nose work command, so I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use, I'll go ahead and use find. Yes, good girl. Nicely done. Now that may change. I may end up changing that command, but her search command for nose work is search. So I'm not going to use that. I don't want to confuse this with nose work. This has nothing to do with nose work. It's important that people recognize that there's a difference between scent discrimination and scent detection. In detection, you're training a dog to hunt for a particular smell. And in scent discrimination, you're just asking the dog to tell you which one of the objects has it and doesn't, and which ones don't or have distractions in them. Yay, yes, good girl. So the fundamental behaviors are different. In one, you're trying to teach a dog to hunt, and the other, you're teaching a dog to indicate. Which is also why I'm not a huge fan of the, indication method first way of teaching nose work. Even though that's really popular right now. I think you end up undercutting the dog's important foundation of hunting rather than just alerting. Nicely done. Good girl. Whoops. I've been gone for the weekend, so I haven't trained her in a few days. I thought she was gonna not be so, not gonna do so well because sometimes she takes time to settle into training. She's doing very well. I'm very happy about this. Okay, last repetition. I'm down to crumbs. I don't remember which one I put it in. Okay, it's the middle one. It's snowing pretty good outside, which is also fun. This is a good game to play in your living room when it's cold out. Yes, good girl. Nicely done. So this one, the article, goes in the article bag, the hot article bag, I guess we call it. And the other ones go in this one, which are blanks. I haven't attempted to train this against food distractions yet, but that would be the next thing I do. So this live stream was how long? I can't even tell on this. I don't know. One of you will have to tell me, but it didn't take that long. I mean, and to me, this is better than a walk. And so I'm a huge advocate for training dogs rather than just walking them. I don't think walking does much for a dog in general. Sit down and train them. Take 20 minutes out of your day, which a lot of these people walk their dogs all the time, like for really long times. 20 minutes of your day, train the dog. You can still do a 20-minute walk after that if you want to. But work like this is going to tire out a dog more. It's going to be more enriching to the dog. It's going to deepen your bond. So easy too. So anyways, let me know if you guys have any questions. That was daily training with Lumi. Bye.